Okay, the first one I'm going to show you is Foremost. There is a Windows version of Foremost, which you can use. This one's a little bit updated. I'd rather use the Kali version. Yes, you can do that as well. This is the latest version of Kali, 2016.1. So made in January. I think it's been the same for a while.
Yeah, I was going to say they're using rolling updates, so
right.
Rolling releases, so if you just update
yeah.
it could be delayed.
So this is a brand new one we got yesterday. When you bring up the vSphere client, it's vc.cyber.rose.edu. I say that in the other video, but that's what it is. And then your username. You should only be able to see your images unless you have admin access and you see everybody's. But I'm going to show you where your images are located right now. When you bring up this client, there's one way you're going to screw it up, and I'm going to show you. You're going to bring this up, and you're going to come up here, and you're going to say, I can't see nothing. Well, up on this top bar, it needs to be Home, Inventory, VM, and Templates. Okay? Home, Inventory, VM, and Templates. I'm telling you, one of you is going to contact me. I can't find my machine because you got it set on hosts and clusters. Change it to VM and Templates. Okay? Then, once you do that, expand everything you can. I can expand everything because I've got an admin account. But you guys will be able to expand Rose Labs. You'll be able to expand schools. You'll be able to expand Rose State. Then you'll expand this one right here. And also, if you're in security auditing, I'm not using that one. I'm using this one up here. So, it's going to be that again. Then you're going to expand your name. Like, for instance, James Brown right here. You'll see he has a Kali image and a Forensics Utilities image. Okay? Each one of you has one. And if you're not sure what your name is, like Greg, I could very easily click on that, and it's Greg-Porter. Easy enough. Okay? And like James, because I know you've been here a long time ago, yours is James-Brown-RSC. Okay? Easy enough. So, I'm going to pick one here. I'm going to pick the instructor machine. Okay. Find your machine in your folder. If for some reason you don't have permissions, you won't even be able to log in, let me know. I had to manually go through, I was here till 8:30 last night, creating 50 folders and setting permissions on all 50 folders. And I was very tired. So the odds are there's a percentage of those that are not set correctly. You know what's going to happen. If you can't get in, please try soon, and I'll fix it for you. In the past, see, I have to select your permission level, and student and read-only are right next to each other. So if I accidentally select read-only, you won't be able to do nothing. So, hey, let me know, and I'll fix it for you. All right, once you get this in here, right-click on it, do power on. Then right-click and open console. Well, you know what? Let me power it off for a second. I want to change something here real quick. I know, we don't have, hold on. Power off. I put snapshots on all these machines, which means when you screw it up, not if, when you screw it up, you can revert. I'm going to go in there, snapshot manager. I'm going to revert back to initial, go to, and anything I did, it's now gone. It erases everything, because I actually did a bunch today. So now I'm going to power it on. And then I'm going to right-click and go to Open Console. Now, if you have a Mac, you can actually use this through a Mac, through the web interface. If you go to vc.cyber.rose.edu in your web browser, right here.
It's touchy on the Mac, though.
It is. That's why I use it at home now.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
You can actually go there. We know the certificate's not mapped, but it's okay. Just go anyway because there's no personal data. On the right-hand side, you can click and use the web client. It's not as good, but it does work. So you can play with that if you like. All right, so I got my machine up. Now, people are always asking me, and literally, I've had students get so bad, go to other teachers and complain because I will not give them the password to this. I'm not going to give it to you. You got to figure it out. Can you guess where you could possibly figure it out from? Google. So if I was to go over here and I said, What is the password for Callie? I bet it could tell. Oh! First step, I mean, literally, not even a link. It literally gives it to me right there. I mean, I seriously had a student go complain to another faculty member that Ken Dewey would not give me the password. I couldn't get my job done. I'm like, seriously?
But,
You ask Google.
but that's what Google's for.
I know.
Google knows everything.
So, see? Everybody okay on how to find the password? Pretty simple. This is Kali Linux. If you've never seen it, it's kind of cool. You're going to want to change your desktop size. If you click the little arrow, click the little toolbox. Now, I can't change it in here because because of this projector. But, oh, can you guys, is that blaring to you guys?
Awesome.
Sorry, I didn't realize that wasn't down. But then you can go to displays. Then you click on that, and you can change your display. Like, we'll try that one. I don't know if it's going to fit for me. Oh, no, it's still too big. Damn it. Yeah, see, it's too big for this one here. Revert. Because I can't change it. But you guys can change your display. Okay? I can't hear because mine's set really low to work with that projector. Okay? But that's how you can make your display bigger. Okay. Right up here, Ice Weasel. That's where you're going to get your file from because you're going to need to get the image into here to work with. Ice Weasel is your web browser. Okay? It's right there. See it? Ice Weasel. I'm going to real quickly here. I'm going to log into D2L and download the image. So in the meantime, I'm going to pause for a second. Okay. So make sure it's recording. It is. Okay. So now I'm going to download this image right here. I'm going to click download. I'm going to save the file. Okay. I'm going to do save. Okay. It's going to be 70 meg. We're going to pause for another second. All right, I got the image. Let's make sure we're recording again. Sorry, I'm always paranoid. Now I'm going to do show all downloads, and it shows me where it's at. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to actually go here, open containing folder. Yeah, I hate this thing because I can't resize it. Okay, I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to drag this image right to my desktop. There you go. The image is now on my desktop. Everybody okay with that? So I literally just open up the downloads, drag it to my desktop so it's easier to find. Okay. Now, inside of, we don't need the web browser anymore. Actually, we will. We're going to need Gary Kessler in a minute. Gary Kessler, file signature. We're going to need him here in a minute. Okay, we're going to leave that. Now, under applications on Kali, under forensics, you will see foremost. Okay, foremost comes up. Now, I can actually, all the commands for it right here. I can just type foremost. Now, the image is on my desktop. Actually, let me show you where I'm running. In Linux, you can do pwd and see where you're running it from. I can do ls to see what directories I have. So I'm running it from my root directory. My desktop is one directory up. So I'm going to go foremost. I want to run it from desktop. Let's go lab to image after, what's it, uppercase? After format.001. Okay. I'm literally typing the command foremost and the name of the image. That's all I'm doing. Now I'm hit enter and it's processing. And it's done. That's it. It's finished. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go, I said this in the instructions, but under home, it created this output directory. In the output directory, it put a bunch of files. There's a bunch of GIFs. There's only one. There's a bunch of JPEGs. See how quickly it did that? Pretty nice, isn't it? Here's some PDFs. Okay? So, I want to run it again. Watch what happens. I get an error. I can't run it again because to make it forensically sound, I cannot write to a directory that currently exists. That way I'm not overwriting. So what I need to do if I want to run it again, I'm going to go over here, right click on output, and move to trash. Gone. Now I can run it again. And it's done. Okay? Without any configuration file changes or anything, it checks for pretty much all file types. If you want to go with that, it's up to you. But it's not going to answer all your questions. So, again, if I go to output, I can go to all the different things. Now, the wave, for instance, the sound card ain't going to work. So you're going to have to like email the file to yourself if you want to hear it, if it's real. The executable obviously won't execute because it's in Linux. So if you want to do that, rename it, email it to yourself. If you want to get files out, you got to email them. We do not have VMware tools installed. If you would like to, you can. We just hadn't done it yet. So everybody okay on where to find this stuff? Okay? PNG, so on and so forth. Okay? Now, there's a file here, audit.txt. This is where you're going to get your answers from. So if I ask you, what is the offset of such and such a file, there's the offset. Easy enough?
Yeah.
Very simple. Okay? So far, so good. That file is automatically created. It's in the root of your output folder. Okay? Now, let's get rid of this. Oh, there, I couldn't find it. Okay. If you go down here to other locations, and then computer, then etc., you will find a file called foremost, come on, scroll up, foremost.config or conf. If you make your desktop bigger, you can actually have multiple of these open at the same time. I just can't because it won't fit on the projector screen. Here's what the foremost configuration file is, okay? First of all, everything with a pound sign means it's commented out. So right now, this configuration file is set to do nothing. When it's set to do nothing, it pretty much does it all. Okay? It's one of those deals that if you don't configure it at all, it kind of does its own thing. But it doesn't do its own thing correctly all the time. You know what I mean? Set for certain types only. Let's see, I had to change one. Let's go to, who was it? It was one I did today, because you guys need to do it. Which one was it? Okay, so remember, if you don't edit this file at all, it overall checks for everything. Once you edit it, it only checks for that. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to find the, we're going to do GIFs. Okay, I removed the pound sign. Now it's going to check for a GIF. Okay, the way you read this is, it's going to add the extension of GIF to the file. It is case sensitive. The maximum file size is big, that size. And the header, remember the header of the signature is 47, 49, 46, 38, 37, 61. And the trailer is 003B. Information you get off of Gary's page. Remember, it showed the header and the footer? That's it, right there. So by uncommenting those and saving this file, now I can go back in here and run it again, and it's done. You notice I didn't get a bunch of junk, because it only worked on GIFs this time. Okay? So far, so good? So now I'm going to go back to home. I'm going to go to output. We only have GIFs this time. You all see the difference? Because I edited the configuration file, and since I told it to do GIFs, it only does GIFs. If I did not tell it to do GIFs, it would have done everything. Now if I go in here to GIFs, it'll give me the GIFs. Now these are probably not good. Okay, they are good. Some of them don't display right. Yeah, again, your image is a little bit different. These are the pirate image. Now, if you do the audit log, you'll see it only contains the GIFs. I am totally fine with you doing one type at a time. Do GIF, then do JPEG, then do PNG, and do whatever you feel like. Do them all at the same time. I don't care. Yes?
So it doesn't run any kind of checks on the produced image to make sure that it's a valid GIF, whatever. It's just like, here it is.
What it's doing is it's going through the image, finding the beginning, finding the end, and getting in the middle of it and giving it to you. It doesn't check anything. So JPEG, for instance, actually have thumbnails of themselves inside of themselves in some instances. So you might actually get the small version of the picture and the big version of the picture because you got the thumbnail. A Word document. If there is a JPEG embedded in a Word document, you're going to get the JPEG as well. Because remember, there's only 5 JPEGs, but with this, it's going to recover 50. Yes.
So there's no way to configure this tool or any of the tools really to only pick out files that begin like at the beginning of a sector. The smart way.
There's the option in there, if you read the help file, it's called Next, which you can actually tell to go into the next file starts, but don't include the next file. You can read it tells you about it in there. So you can do a little bit of stuff with it, but you don't need to. But I mean, play with it. I mean, you literally can. Just play around with the darn thing. Okay. So there's the audit file for that. Now let's go make our own. Everybody, where did I go to do that? Anyone remember?
ETC.
Etc. So other locations, computer, etc. Again, if it was a bigger screen, I would actually have that up in the window as well, but I can't fit it all. Actually, you know what I could do?
You can actually just start typing in a directory and searching for a file, and it'll search it out for you.
No, I can do this. I can set. I can make another workspace. I can do that. So I can edit it over here. So I can do this, etc. Foremost. You're right. You can just start typing, but just play with it. All right. So we played with the GIF. I added one earlier today. I did a lot of work with the PDFs, by the way. You're going to have some excitement with those. I spent more time on the PDFs than anything. I can't remember what the other type was.
MP3 had to be added, but
Okay, let's look at. I don't want to do PDF. I want you guys to do PDF. Let's do TIFF. I think it was TIFF I messed with. Okay, so let's go back to desktop 1. And we had our web browser up, didn't we? And we want TIFF, don't we? TIF. Okay, next. Is that the one I did? No, that's not the one I did. Darn it, which one did I do? Okay, I don't remember what kind of file I did. Oh, not V3, I want 2. So it wasn't TIFF then. Was it PNG? Well, but you can edit these things. I don't remember the answer what I had to edit. So the JPEGs, GIFs. All right. Let's go. Let me look at Gary's page again for. Was there one that had a different extension? Does anyone remember?
the GIF, it has 2 different extensions on it.
Well, they have two, the 00003B and then just 003B. But wasn't there? Let's go look at GIF over here. GIF. I don't want to spend too much time on this one. Okay, now the trailer's the same. Oh, there it is. So see how one's got 37, one's got 39? What you can do is, actually he has it in here already. So I had to edit one of them. I forget what it was. But you can add your own. You can literally change this. Say if I wanted it to look for 38. Whoops. 38. Yes.
So on that last JPEG line right there, it's got FF, D8, and then a bunch of spaces. Are those like?
Those are tabs.
Tabs. Okay. So
That's a tab. It's a tab character.
Searches for anything.
Right. Like there's actually a tab here too. So this is saying FFD8 FFE1 is the header. Tab FFD9 is the trailer. Okay? This file actually explains it all at the very top. It's pretty easy to do. Okay? This is the only thing of this project that's going to be any time consuming at all. I tried running without any modification, but it's not going to get all the PDFs, and there was one other one it didn't get. I had to I think it was a GIF. I had to change something. But look at Gary's page, find out what the header and footer is. Take the images you've already done, and look what the actual header and footer are, and add your own. You understand what I mean by that? Then you can find them this way. Okay?
So it's changed from the last assignment in that you don't want us to just run it blindly first. You actually want us to make all the modifications first. Unfortunately.
You can do it either way, but you're going to have to make some modifications to get all the files. Okay? I am totally fine with you running blindly, but you won't get all the answers. Yes.
On the config file, the next line down, you said you showed the tab is the other one. How are the number of tabs relevant in material?
I do not think so.
You follow what I'm asking?
Right.
The bottom JPEG, it looks like he's got, I don't know how many tabs he's got in there.
One.
Is
It just depends where it's the tab stop line is. This one just happens to be earlier. So this is one tab. Okay. So, but you can very easily add them. You can actually put ASCII values in like this here. That's an ASCII value. The question mark means anything. It's a wild card. So say you wanted to search for, up here we got FFD8. I could do FFD question mark. It would do D1, D2, D3, D everything. Okay, yes.
What if the ASCII value was actually a question mark?
You probably have to put a slash in front of it because that's the escape character in this. Okay, an escape character is this slash right here. Okay. Now you can also do octal, but it's /0 or /O. I'm sorry. It actually tells you that up here at the top. It tells you, yep. There's hex for octal. Use like that. Okay. So the instructions are vague, but they don't need to be. I mean, they give you all you need to get it done. Okay. That whole thing about the next, it actually talks in here as well. Right here, the next keyword. Okay. So play with this. I mean, technically I did not try it without configuring it at all. Maybe it'll give you all the answers.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. So I couldn't remember if it did or not.
No, I was playing with it. It doesn't give you all of them, and
It gives you most of them though.
gives you a good portion of them. Same thing with in case. It gives you most of them.
Okay.
But
All right. So everybody okay on how to modify this config file? I told you in the instruction where it's at, etc. Foremost.conf. Output ends up being on your desktop, so it's not hard to find. Everybody okay on Foremost? Email in and out if you want to. We did not install VMware tools. If you want to, you can. It's up to you, but it's not hard to do it. But remember, it puts it in your home directory, in the output directory. But you got to remember, you're going to have to, before you can run it a second time, you need to delete it. And all the results are right there inside your audit file. And I did use these file names. The file name actually comes from the sector. I think it's from the sector, but those are the numbers that don't change.
Thank goodness.
So I know I was worried about the same thing. Are they random? No, they're not. They are set. So we did that first. So all right, so that's all of Foremost. Let me turn this one off.